I'm Iniya, a sound healer, and currently doing yoga therapy with Manushi Institute. The faculties of Manushi Institute offer continuous support in learning, and I'm thankful to them. My topic is importance of yamas and niyamas in healthy well-being. As we all know, Maharishi Patanjali, traditionally known as father of yoga, because he compiled and systemized the teaching of yoga. His famous text called Yoga Sutras of Patanjali contains 196 sutras. The text is divided into four chapters. Samadhi Pada is about concentration and the nature of yoga. The next, second one is Sadhana Pada, is about practice, discipline, yamas and niyamas. And the third is Vibhuti Pada, about higher states and yogic powers. The final one, Kaivalya Pada, is about liberation and freedom. According to Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, yoga is a comprehensive science of life and consciousness. Patanjali defines yoga as yogaha chitta vritti nirodha, meaning yoga is the calming of the fluctuations of the mind. To achieve this state, Patanjali explains the eight limbs of yoga, which is known as Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, the external ethics, Niyama, the personal ethics, Asana, physical posture, fourth one is Pranayama, breath regulation, fifth is Pratyahara, withdrawal of senses and turning inward, sixth is Dharana, concentration, seventh is Dhyana, meditation, and the final one is Samadhi, the higher awareness. These eight limbs serve as a complete pathway towards physical, mental, emotional, ethical, and spiritual well being. While most of the modern day practices often emphasize on asanas and pranayama, the first two limbs, yamas and niyamas, form the ethical and psychological foundation of the entire yogic path. In the modern world, many health challenges arise not only because of physical illness but also from stress, emotional imbalance, unhealthy habits, social conflict, greed, fear, overconsumption, comparison, and lack of inner stability. Yamas and niyamas directly address these root causes. Both contribute more significantly to healthy well being than the other limbs of yoga when applied to daily life. It emphasizes sustainable health, inner harmony arise primarily through ethical living, emotional regulation, self-discipline, contentment, self-awareness, and conscious relationships. Without stabilizing the influence of yamas and niyamas, the higher limbs of yoga cannot fully achieve their intended transformative effect. Now let's understand yamas and niyamas. Yamas. Yamas guide how an individual relates to society and the external world. There are five yamas according to Yoga Sutra: Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, and Aparigraha. Ahimsa is non-violence. Avoid harm through thought, word, and actions. This results in peaceful relationship and emotional balance. Second one is Satya, is truthfulness. In align with one's thought, word, and action, being honest and authentic. This builds trust and integrity. Third is Asteya, is non-stealing, not taking what does not belong to us, even one's time, idea, and work. This develops fairness and respect for each other. Brahmacharya, the wise use of energy, practicing moderation and self-control, limiting distractions. This improves focus and inner stability. Aparigraha, non-greediness or non-possessiveness, avoiding excessive attachment and accumulation more than need. This results in simplicity and mental freedom, being content with what one has. The next is niyamas. Niyamas focuses on inner discipline and personal growth. The five niyamas are Saucha, Santosha, Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana. Saucha is cleanliness or purity, maintaining the purity of body, mind, and surroundings. This improves in clarity, health, and calmness. Second one is Santosha, contentment, appreciating what we have instead of constant comparison. This results in gratitude and acceptance, which creates inner peace and emotional balance. The next is tapas, discipline, the inner fire. This is This results in consistent effort and self-control following healthy routines and regular practice. This builds strength, willpower, and focus. The fourth one is Swadhyaya, self-study, observing oneself and learning from the experiences, reflecting on thoughts, habits, and emotions. This increases self-awareness and growth. The final one is Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender to the higher reality, doing one's best while accepting the outcome peacefully. This reduces anxiety and develops humility. This also results in letting go of excessive ego and trusting the process. Why yamas and niyamas are more important for a healthy being? Let's see. They address the root cause of the suffering. According to Patanjali, suffering arises mainly because the mind gets disturbed, attached, fearful, and disconnected from true awareness. Patanjali teaches that suffering can be reduced and eventually transcended through self awareness, discipline, practice, and inner clarity. And the root cause of the suffering, according to the Yoga Sutra, is avidya, ignorance. That is, misunderstanding one's own true nature. We often identify completely with emotions and thoughts, become attached to temporary things, fear of change and loss, react unconsciously. This creates mental disturbances and emotional pain. The five kleshas. Patanjali describes five mental afflictions called kleshas: avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhiniveshaha, kleshaha. Avidya is ignorance, not seeing the reality clearly. Modern examples: believing happiness depends only on external success, comparing ourselves constantly with others, losing inner balance. Asmita is ego identification. Over identifying with I and mine results in insecurity, pride, and hurts the feeling. Raga is attachment, the excessive craving for pleasure or comfort. Addiction to validation, dependency on social media, unhealthy emotional attachment. Dvesha is aversion, strong dislike or avoidance. This results in anger, resentment, intolerance, and emotional suffering. Abhinivesha, fear and clinging. This results in fear of failure, fear of rejection, anxiety about the future. All these are the causes of the suffering. And Patanjali also gives solution to the suffering. Patanjali gives two main methods: Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha. Abhyasa is steady practice. Vairagya is detachment from the outcome. Practice helps us to stabilize the mind. Detachment prevents emotional dependence and excessive attachment. Together they reduce the mental disturbance. Yamas and niyamas directly help to reduce these mental disturbance. Ahimsa reduces aggression and emotional conflict. Santosha reduces dissatisfaction and comparison. Aparigraha reduces anxiety caused by the attachment. Swadhyaya increases one's self-awareness. Ishvara Pranidhana reduces excessive stress and control. Unlike physical practices, these principles transform the deeper causes of suffering. Mental health depends more on behavior than flexibility. Yamas and niyamas cultivate emotional intelligence, compassion, discipline, gratitude, resilience, and ethical awareness. They support psychological well being more deeply than external practices. They create healthy relationships. Human well being is strongly connected to relationships. Yamas help improve social harmony. Ahimsa promotes kindness. Satya builds integrity and trust. Asteya encourages respect for each other. Aparigraha reduces possessiveness. Many emotional disturbances arise from interpersonal conflict. Ethical living creates healthier families, friendship, and communities. Yama strengthen relationship and emotional security. Yamas and niyamas promote sustainable lifestyle habits, and mainly niyamas helps us to establish discipline and healthy routines. Example: Saucha promotes cleanliness and healthy living. Tapas builds consistency and personal practice. Santosha encourages simplicity and contentment. These principles helps us to prevent unhealthy consumption, addictive habits, mental restlessness and overstimulation. Modern wellness depends gently on lifestyle discipline which is directly cultivated through niyamas. They prepare the mind for higher yoga. Patanjali intentionally placed yamas and niyamas at the first, before asana and pranayama meditation. This suggests that ethical and mental purification are essential prerequisites for deeper yogic state. Without emotional balance and discipline, concentration becomes unstable, meditation becomes difficult, inner peace becomes temporary. A restless and conflicted mind cannot easily enter meditation. Therefore, yamas and niyamas are foundation rather than options. They support holistic health. Health is not only physical fitness. True well-being includes physical health, emotional balance, ethical living, mental clarity, social harmony, and inner peace. Yamas and niyamas address all these dimensions simultaneously. Thus, they create a more integrated form of health, offer practical solutions in modern life. These teachings remain timeless because they address human behavior and psychology. Modern psychology increasingly recognizes the importance of emotional regulation, gratitude, self-awareness, ethical behavior, healthy social relationship, and disciplined routines. Research suggests these factors strongly influence mental health, stress reduction, nervous system regulation, and emotional resilience. Yamas and niyamas naturally cultivate these qualities. Thus, ancient yogic wisdom aligns closely with modern wellness science. Practical applications in daily life. As soon as you wake up, you can give gratitude, maintain cleanliness, and practice mindful breathing. During the day, practice satya in alignment with one's thought, word, and action. Practice kindness, ahimsa. Focus on the responsibilities with discipline, that is tapas. At the end of the day, you can self-reflect on your thought, emotions, which is svadhyaya, and letting go of stress and attachment and offering the outcome to the ultimate divine, which is Ishvara Pranidhana. Even small daily applications create gradual transformation. In conclusion, according to Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, yamas and niyamas form the essential foundation of yoga and healthy well-being, while the other limbs contribute significantly to physical and meditative development. Yamas and niyamas influence the root structure of human life, which is behavior, emotions, discipline, relationships, values, and mental patterns. In the modern world, where many forms of suffering arises from stress, emotional instability, overconsumption, and social conflict, these principles provide practical and timeless guidance. Yamas and niyamas are more important for sustainable healthy well-being because they reduce psychological suffering, improve emotional balance, cultivate ethical living, strengthen relationships, develop discipline and self-awareness, prepare the mind for higher states of yoga. Therefore, they are not merely preliminary practice, but the living heart of yoga itself. These principles are very important for students, teachers, family, and society as a whole, which means these principles are very important to each and every individual. According to Patanjali, true yoga begins not with the flexibility of body, but with the purity of mind and behavior. In conclusions, yama and niyamas are practical guidelines for modern life well-being. They help us live with peace, discipline, compassion, and inner happiness. Thank you.